Emma could feel her heart racing as she rummaged through her purse for the 10th time, hoping that the key to her apartment would miraculously appear. But all she found was a jumble of tissues, loose coins, and old receipts. She had always been a bit scatterbrained, but losing her key was a new low even for her. After hours of fruitless searching around her apartment, Emma decided to retrace her steps from the day before. Perhaps she had dropped the key on her way home, she thought. As she walked through the bustling neighborhood, a sinking feeling settled in the pit of her stomach. How could she be so careless? It was then that Emma noticed a homeless man sitting on a bench, his weathered face turned towards the sky. Guilt pricked at her conscience. She should have stopped to offer help, she thought. Swallowing her pride, she walked over and sat down next to the man, whose name, she learned, was Marcus. As they spoke, Emma listened intently to Marcus's story. He had once been a successful businessman, but a series of unfortunate events had left him destitute and alone. Emma was moved by his tale of struggle and resilience, and a sense of connection blossomed between them. Suddenly, a memory flickered in Emma's mind like a distant light in the dark. She remembered seeing Marcus yesterday, struggling to gather his meager belongings. In a moment of compassion, she had given him the spare key to her apartment so he could use the bathroom. But in her absent-mindedness, she had forgotten to ask for it back. With a mix of frustration and relief, Emma asked Marcus if he still had the key. To her surprise, he reached into his pocket and pulled it out, holding it out to her with a small smile. Tears welled up in Emma's eyes as she thanked him profusely. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Emma knew she couldn't leave Marcus there on the streets. She extended an invitation for him to stay with her until he could find more permanent housing. In that moment, she realized that sometimes the most precious things we can lose, like keys, can lead us to unexpected and life-changing encounters. In the days that followed, Emma and Marcus formed an unlikely bond, learning from each other and sharing in the joys and sorrows of life. Through their friendship, Emma discovered the power of small acts of kindness and the profound impact they could have on someone's life. And as she reflected on her lost key, she realized that sometimes what we find in the process is far more valuable than what we have lost.